Alizhan Muratov is the current 105 and 115 left arm world champion and one of the strongest pound-for-pound arm wrestlers of all time. Known for his signature insanely strong dragging hook, he hasn't been stopped yet. He's been climbing up the ranks, and now he's finally reached the peak as he is coming for the super heavyweight world title. But in his way now stands the most formidable opponent he's faced during his whole career. The giant, the Russian bear, Vitaly Laletin, holder of the left arm gauntlet, the world title, and possibly the strongest left arm top roller of all time. Undefeated on the left, he combines a freakish frame, incredible speed, and overwhelming side pressure. So who comes out on top between these two incredible athletes? Well, let's find out. Hello again, Blackbird here. East vs West 25 is happening on August 1st, 2026, and if you're planning to get the pay-per-view, attend the event in person or get some merch, then make sure to use the link in the description for a discount of everything. On to the video. First, we'll focus on style specialization of each athlete, their biggest strengths and also possible weaknesses. Later on, we'll focus on how they can counter each other's styles, and in the end, I'll make a singular prediction. So first, let's discuss the style specialization of Alizhan Muratov. Alizhan Muratov on the left is a hook puller, with arguably the greatest ability to get a match inside I have ever seen. I mean, I've seen him do it to literally everyone. Rudnik, Petrenko, Kodis Purmerit, Artyom Morozov. It really just doesn't matter. He gets inside every time he wants to. But sometimes it looks like he doesn't even need hand control, like he doesn't care about it. Just 2 months back at East vs West 24 against Artyom Morozov, in the second round outside of the straps when Morozov was top rolling, Alizhan drove to the side without any good wrist engagement at all. Like he lost the wrist and he was just holding on from an absolutely impossible position, and with that he managed to contain the entire Toproll chain of Artyom Morozov. Now keep in mind, that's the man who cracked the wrist of Vitaly Laletin. The speed and force of his drives simply don't make sense for a 105 kilo athlete. So why is he so good at a hook? Well, firstly, Alizhan's forearm is shorter than most of his opponents in the heavyweights and the super heavyweights, which makes it more advantageous for him to use the hook. Because if you're trying to push on some kind of an object, so let's say here is the elbow, then pushing on that object from here is much more difficult than if you were to push, for example, from here, which means that shorter arm pullers are simply much more sticky. They do not require as much force when pulling into a hook. Secondly, Alizhan's shorter forearm translates to a shorter hand. But at the same time, Alizhan's hand is very wide, which means it is better at containing his opponents. And also, when it's wide, it's harder for his opponents to wrap around his wrist. When it comes to his training, Alizhan focuses on heavy pull-ups, heavy bicep curls, and also insane side pressure movements. I mean, I've seen him do 215 kilos for a double pulley. I think it was a double pulley. I mean, if it wasn't a double pulley, 215 would be out of this world. But I do believe it was 107.5, but I mean, that is still absolutely just incredible. His training coupled with his insane genetics make him just a generational hook puller. And when we look at Vitaly Laletin, he sits on the complete opposite of the arm wrestling spectrum, being a top roll specialist with likely the longest lever in the elite arm wrestling world. He generates insane torque on his opponent's wrist and is said to be unhookable. Vitaly has fully committed to arm wrestling just 3 years ago. Before that, he was a full-time truck driver, and even then he was smashing everyone. He was just near the top of the sport. In February 2025, he obtained the super heavyweight title against Artyom Morozov, who before that held like an 8-match win streak. Later he defended that title against the one and only No Limits Devon Larratt. And now Alizhan Muratov is his next challenge. When it comes to training, Vitaly Laletin does a lot of pronation work, a lot of side pressure as well, and also heavy bicep curls. He definitely has years of various training behind his resume. Furthermore, Vitaly has one of the strongest grips in the world, which is a very good predictor for overall strength. Also gives him absolutely insane containment. So here we've got two opposites. Absolutely insane top roll, absolutely insane hook. How do these two styles counter each other? Where we could make the argument that style-wise they are both horrible for each other. For Alizhan, the main problem of course is if he wants to use his signature move, that he's gonna somehow have to try to contain the entire Toproll chain of Vitaly Laletin, which seems absolutely impossible for pretty much anyone unless you're Levan. The closest puller Vitaly has pulled against, who has almost the same containing strength as Alizhan, is Ivan Matyushenko. And when they have a practice pull, or even if it's a serious competition, Ivan is never able to do anything to Vitaly. And even if they get inside, Vitaly still has a ton of side pressure to battle with. The closest Alizhan has pulled to a super heavyweight Toproll specialist would probably be Merit. So there, Alizhan was actually slightly losing the wrist. It was like 3 years ago. In the third round, his wrist kind of started to go, but still the side pressure was just so overwhelming, the shoulder connection so strong that it didn't even matter in the end. And then if you look at a true top arm wrestler in Artyom Muratov, Artyom was trying to top roll the whole time, but Alizhan was easily able to contain him. And later on, he even transitioned to a posting top roll, which I think is very important, because Alizhan may be actually able to efficiently fight in the top roll lane, because Vitaly will have to drop way down, since Alizhan's forearm is just so much shorter, which means Alizhan will be perfectly posted up, directly attacking the wrist of Vitaly. And if there is any weakness to be found with Vitaly, it's definitely in the wrist. Morozov cracked Vitaly, Devon cracked Vitaly. Who knows if Alizhan can replicate the same thing? On the left, he is a top roll King's Move specialist, and we know that his left is just on a completely different level. Honestly, if that scenario occurs, I could see the situation being that Alizhan firstly actually gets the wrist of Vitaly, but when he starts driving to the side, he loses his own wrist in the process. And then it may be battle on both sides with the uneven hand control. Alizhan will try to press down with the side pressure even without having the wrist, and Vitaly will try to hold the elbow flexion, not get opened up. Battle between side pressure and back pressure, the inside power and the outside. And the final lane I could see for Alizhan, except the hook and the posting top roll, the third lane is a flop press. So Alizhan may try to just give up hand control completely and just try driving Vitaly to the pad. It's unsure on what level his flop press is. We only saw a bit of it against Cody. Against Morozov, he also kind of didn't need that much hand control. So it may be possible for him to just smash through the elbow flexion of Vitaly, because that would stylistically be the weakness of him, because he has just such a long lever. It's easier to simply push down on it. So that could be a very effective weapon. But truth be told, that it didn't work for Kamil Jablonski. But I do just believe that power-wise, Alizhan is higher. So it's time for a final verdict, the way I see the match going. In the first round, I see both athletes going for their signature move. Alizhan will try containing, going with the inside the hook. Vitaly will go for the low hand top roll. Off the go, Alizhan will probably very likely lose the wrist. From there, I think that Vitaly is gonna drive him down to the pad. But in the second round, I see that Alizhan is gonna switch. He's gonna go for the posting top roll, and off the go, he's gonna take the wrist, he's gonna drag it to his side of the table with just enormous bicep strength to back pressure. But when he goes to the side, when he tries driving, he loses his own wrist in the process, but he will keep trying to push it down even without the wrist. And I actually do think that he's gonna be able to succeed in that lane. So that would be 1-1. In the third round and later on, I do imagine that battle happening more and more without the uneven wrist control. Alizhan may even transition into the flop a few times. The best way to pull someone out of a flop press is having a very good inside game. But Vitaly forcing the inside on Alizhan is probably the worst thing he could think of. I do not think that's exactly a wise idea. Another possible lane is that Alizhan could actually be the first one defending, and eventually he will be able to suck it in. So how will it end? Well, even though just objectively looking at the size, the frame of the athletes, it seems just unbelievable and insane, I do have the bold opinion that Alizhan is somehow gonna pull it off, because I see lanes for him where he can win that match, even if his main signature move doesn't work. Because I truly think he's just a generational athlete with unmatched power and ferocity. So I'm gonna go 4-2 Alizhan Muratov. And that's everything for me for today. Thanks all for watching, like and subscribe, and bye-bye.